Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. We are on Horizon. We are going to be facing Cerberus and the Reapers, and I'm going to be using James and Garrus, and the Geth plasma shotgun, and the Phalanx. And to those who were linked to this video from my Geth plasma shotgun target practice series episode, this video will accurately show the plasma shotgun. Big shout out to Arrows4589216. He corrected me in the comments of that video. I was under the impression that the projectiles had a large spread. At any range it was consistent, but it was large, and it's all explained in that video. And for some reason I'd used the weapon before when I was facing the Geth, and I don't know what, I just didn't remember, or I mean, I played so much Mass Effect 2, I just assumed that it would be the same way as Mass Effect 2, but it's very different. When you're actually facing real enemies rather than targets, the plasma shotgun's bolts actually kind of coalesce into a very tight group, almost a ball, though not exactly a ball. You can sometimes still see the individual beams. It's kind of hard to tell. And it does make it possible to get headshots at pretty much any range, so huge shout out again to Arrows4589216. I really appreciate that you corrected me, sir. I hate spreading misinformation, and I have since corrected the video. I put a huge warning on the video and directed people to the description, and then directed them here as well if they actually wanted to see it in action, beyond just explaining what it actually does in the description. So hopefully this will get that all sorted out. It is definitely a mistake on my part, and I apologize. I am, in fact, an idiot, as I have said so before on numerous occasions. I also will be using shredder mods again, and trying to test those out. And sorry that this is taking so long, but I wanted to show you guys an update on my build and whatever. Some commenters have liked critiquing my build, so why not? Give them more fodder, I guess. But yes, I'm trying out shredder mods, piercing mods more. I still haven't found a firm conclusion. It's just really hard to say if just ignoring shields to an extent, and now I'm ignoring like over 50%, if that is worth it, or if it would be better just to have straight damage and a scope or whatever. It's just really hard to say. Somebody, and I'm sure somebody will, needs to just do the math, figure out, look through the files, the text files, figure out exactly how much health and how much barriers enemies actually have, like exact values, and then compare them and do spreadsheets and math and whatever. But I was actually amazed at how easy this mission actually was. I think I only died maybe twice or 3 times, and none of them were really irritating deaths. Most of them were near the very beginning of fights. It was nothing like our previous mission in the Grissom Academy, where each attempt took 10 minutes or however long. It was pretty agonizing. Definitely glad that's over. But yes, I did not realize how incredibly effective this weapon is, and again, I don't know if the shredder mods are making a difference, because I'm removing their barriers in a single charge shot with this thing. I had no idea this was so effective against barriers, which is something that I particularly struggle with dealing with. Though, I really need to get in the habit of using energy drain on barriers more often, because I believe that shield drains, overload, and energy drain actually work on barriers now, just as warp does. And I have not even, it didn't even occur to me until very recently, I think maybe even this video, that I could be doing that. So, again, I am dumb. I had no idea. I'm so used again to the Mass Effect 2 style of powers and weaknesses and whatever. But this guy was not difficult. Just cast a drone to coax him out of cover. I do have that luxury, and then once he was out, there was nothing, and boom. And boom. Yes, the Geth plasma shotgun is extremely effective against barriers, and I don't know if that was because of the shredder mods or what, but it's my understanding that shredder mods just ignore barriers and shields and whatever, and armor, and I have seen enemies hurt through their barrier, shields, and armor before. So I don't know if it also increases your amount of damage against those defenses? Because that would be a huge, huge, huge deal. That would make them worth using absolutely for sure, 100%. So I'm going to have to start using these more and more and more to get more testing on them, because they could theoretically have huge potential. I just don't know. It's difficult to tell a lot of the time. These are very, just, I don't know, it's first-hand experience, but it can be misleading. But right here, and again, I've been a long time, I guess, since I faced Tusks, or maybe this Geth plasma shotgun just does that much damage. But I'm pretty much one-shotting husks, two-shotting them, which I'm not accustomed to. And it was to the point that I was afraid that I wasn't playing on Insanity anymore, so I actually check it right now. And yeah. So, okay. I thought maybe it bugged out or something and I wasn't playing on Insanity. I guess it's just easy now because I'm such a high level. I think I am almost level 40 at this point. Definitely nearing the end of the game, I would think. And I've done pretty much every side quest, everything in the game, so... I did start this character at level 1. I did not import him, even though I have plenty of characters that I could import. I wanted to just start fresh, without the advantages that would give. Plus, it's cool to see the game just from the perspective of a fresh character as far as the story goes, because they don't have any of the decisions that I made in the previous games. So I'll appreciate those decisions that much more when it comes to my actual playthrough. But here we go. There's a Banshee. And I'm actually trying to... This all was an attempt to test out the Geth plasma shotgun to confirm that it spread. It wasn't just that it coalesced into a tight cluster, it was also... I was told that there was possibility that it has some homing capabilities, but I really didn't notice that. I missed several times by just a hair, so if it really homed, I think those wouldn't have missed. But I don't know, I have clearly been wrong before, so... And yes, this is actually the second time ever that I was sync-killed by a Banshee, and I just wasn't really... I really wanted to just get shots off and look at this projectile more, so I wasn't really paying attention, I wasn't really too focused on it, didn't really care that much, but I will not be dying again. This mission was just very easy, all the way around. I never thought I would think that Reapers were actually easier than Cerberus, but at this point I think they probably are.
I see him.
Also, I cannot stress enough how much I love the Phalanx. It's just such an all-around great weapon. And it can actually be used as a primary. One of my favorite weapons, which is funny because it's just the Phalanx. I mean, it's just an all-around solid weapon. There's really nothing particularly great about it. It has really low recoil, I guess. That's something. Yes, the Geth plasma shotgun is much better against barriers and shields and armor, which makes sense because the Growl spike thrower is much better against armor than shields and barriers, though it does the job just fine usually. It's so freakishly powerful. This will be a two-parter. I'll be showing the rest of the episode soon. That'll be coming next. And there is some interesting gameplay, and I do find a new weapon, so stay tuned. And I had no idea this guy was here. For a second I thought there was a second Banshee. But I think I'm going to just res my party members because why not? And then he dies instantly. Just pistol, plus incendiary rounds, plus incinerate, plus a carnage, and he's gone. Just liquidated. Ravagers are much easier to deal with when they do not have barrier engines giving them biotic barriers. Biotic engines, rather. Excuse me, I will forever say that wrong, but whatever. Miraculously, nobody has corrected me yet. Nobody ever corrected me about saying Jarek rather than Javik when referring to the Prothean as well, which really surprised me. It's also so great to have quick cooldowns, 6-second, 5-second cooldowns. Grissom Academy was filled with like 8-10-second cooldowns. I have really come to appreciate... I remember one commenter asking me, you know, you carry weapons that are too heavy, your cooldowns are too long, and I still think that, I mean, and I've shown that I can use whatever combination of weapons, generally speaking, and it doesn't really matter for the most part. Sometimes it does make things significantly harder than it would be, but I've yet to ever restart a mission because of my loadout. I've always found some way to deal with it. Because you can just restart a mission and get a fresh loadout and just totally change it. But... Or did I do that once? I might have done that once to exchange the katana shotgun for the scimitar shotgun, because I freaking hate the katana shotgun. It is boring. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, especially more Geth plasma shotgun gameplay, and have a good one.